Well, Kanye West has broken his silence over his Australian wife, Bianca Sensori's Grammys outfit,
or
lack thereof.
Yeah, right. Here's our entertainment editor, Peter Ford. Hi, Pete. The global shock has, well, sort of died down a bit, and there are now fears for Bianca's well-being.
Yeah, lots of analysis of what is going on here. Is there something darker and sinister at play, or is this a person who desperately wants to be talked about? And if that was the aim of the game, then I guess we've all walked into the trap, you know. But in that auditorium filled with extraordinarily talented people, she's the one who ends up getting more publicity than anyone. And certainly if the motivation, I think quite simply, is attention seeking. I mean, she's been getting around in skimpy outfits now for a couple of years, and this kind of took it to a new level, and the dramatic drop of the fur coat to kind of add to the drama of the reveal. And certainly Kanye West himself took to social media in a now deleted post, so clearly he thought, I might be giving the game away, and actually boasted about the fact, my wife is the most Googled person on the planet called Earth. So, yeah, that to me just really indicates it was always about getting attention. I guess the other question is that a lot of people are wondering, is she just being used as some kind of prop? Is she a sound mind and no other influences, and she's quite happy to do all this? That's what we don't know, and we probably won't know. But, you know, they've been together now for over 2 years, so it seems to be going okay.
Pete, his quote there certainly indicates that might have been the motivation for doing it, because he's saying that he's not saying that's a bad thing, he's saying it's a good thing.
Yeah,
right?
oh, absolutely,
but also,
yeah.
To the fact that she's sort of like this hostage, there was other vision floating around of them at Grammys after parties, and she was kissing him and all over him,
totally
and laughing,
happy, loving
and totally
it,
happy, and seemingly, happy in his presence.
Totally,
so I'm not
and look,
sure.
I'm not going to call it, you know, to me there is every indication that she's a very willing and happy participant in this charade.
Hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Netflix has officially gone on the record about Prince Harry and Meghan's deal with the streamer. Why have they felt the need to say something?
Yeah, so this is somebody on the record, so this is not insiders speculating that they're going to be turfed from Netflix. This is the Chief Content Officer, Bella Bajaria, and that person has said very clearly, well, we're with them all the way. They're under contract. We're looking forward to Meghan's new show. She's adapting a movie from a book. We're going to make that for her. So the deal, of course, ends this year. The real test of how committed they truly are to Harry and Meghan will be whether the contract gets renewed. I mean, it was an extraordinary contract at a time when Netflix were throwing money around with gay abandon, and at a time when Harry and Meghan weren't as divisive as they have now become. So the test will be when the contract is up, but for the moment, Netflix says we're delighted with this arrangement. Now, something has just dropped, which we're going to show you now. It's just come through that Meghan has dropped this on her Instagram, and this is in reference to the work that she and Harry have been doing and getting a lot of criticism for in dealing with and helping with people whose lives have been affected, homes burnt down in the bushfires in California. Now, the backstory here, as I understand it, is one of the homes that they were taken to visit, there was a young girl there who was a Billie Eilish fan. I think she was 15 years old, and she was so distraught, you know, 15-year-old kid, she was distraught because her Billie Eilish T-shirt had been destroyed. So Meghan Markle has been making calls, emails, and has got something that she's going to be delivering to that 15-year-old girl. You kind of know what it's going to happen. So this has just dropped from Meghan Markle.
And I made a voice note, and I was like, please, can someone get this voice note to Billie Eilish? Here's what I'm asking. You guys, I don't even know what all of this stuff means, but it's signed for her. Is that a thing, the lunchbox thing? I don't know. This is when I feel really old. Huge thank you, Billie Eilish. This is going to mean so much to her.
So I know she's going to cop a lot of criticism, even for something as straightforward as that. But if there's a 15-year-old girl who's happy today, then, you know, good on her. Yeah.
And Pete, as all of us industry veterans, 600 years between us in the business, we know the worst thing you can hear from a TV executive is, we're right behind you, we'll support you all the way.
Yeah.
It's over. Isn't it? In other royal news, legendary Vogue editor Anna Wintour has received a really special honour.
Yes, so she became a companion of the Order of Honour, and which is a big deal, right? And she got it from the King. But yeah, what's your first takeaway there, where you see King Charles with Anna Wintour? No sunglasses. The trademark sunglasses, of course, that's the look that we know. Very, very rare for her to take off those sunglasses. In fact, the last time that there were any photographs taken of her without them was, in fact, with the late Queen Elizabeth, and that when she was receiving another honour. There was another occasion when she actually sat next to Queen Elizabeth and didn't take them off. Now, there are varying reasons as to what the sunglasses are about. Some people say it's some kind of power trip. Other people saying, no, they are actually prescription and corrective lenses because she has eyesight issues. She herself has always been very vague. She's kind of joked about it, saying, oh, I don't want people to know what I'm thinking. So we don't know what the true motivation is for the sunglasses. They may be legit, may not necessarily be trying to make a statement, but certainly for King Charles, she took them off.
And so she should. That's nice.
Yeah.
Kris Jenner, speaking of royalty, Kris has teamed up with an Aussie star for a Super Bowl ad.
Yes, with Chris Hemsworth and with Christopher Pratt. So they are the three Chris's, right? It's sounding to me very much like a Super Bowl ad, and indeed that's exactly what it is. Take a look at this.
Oh, my lawyer.
So how much money are they all picking up for probably a day, maybe 2 days' work? Unbelievable. And they also hired the director of one of the X-Men movies, Matthew Vaughn. They don't come cheap either to actually direct a TV commercial. You know, in a normal day, someone of his stature would say, I'm not slumming it. But they say, yeah, $5 million? Yeah, I'll do it. So the marketing budgets are unbelievable. And that's obviously an ad for Meta.
Yeah. Oh, that I was going to ask. I was too busy looking at everybody
I know.
to take in. I thought it was for Ray-Ban.
I thought it was for bananas.
I know, I agree. It looks like an optical ad, Specsavers or something.
We were all right. It was for duct tape. Thanks, Pete.